Peace and power, peace and power, peace and power. Peace and power, salute. I thank the universal truth and absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. A divine mind knows, a divine mind shows all things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Peace and power to the people of the struggle. As you come on in, know that you're in a safe space. Know that you're in a space for learning and getting learned up. Know that you're in a space of educating and being educated. Know that you're in a space for conversation, comments and concerns, questions and answers, dialogue. You're in a space of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Love, hella right. You're in a space of masters. You're in a space of power, refinement of queens. Okay? This is your space, a space of love, a space of integrity, a space where we are working on a path towards what? Towards true liberation. As my classroom assistants come on in, please keep all contact information in the chat for the duration and throughout the class. Please keep all funding information. Hashtags, green screens, cash apps. Pals that pay grams with money. Damn it, unions that are Western. Red cups. God damn it, collection plates. It's a war going on outside. Fund the war effort. If you or anybody you know is in need of anger management, please book an assessment. Don't wait until it's too late. Don't wait until you get slammed down in front of kids, family, elders. Don't wait till it's too late. Don't wait until somebody a little bit bigger is popping you upside your temple in the damn Starbucks. Don't wait. Don't wait until they dragging you up out of the Walmart by your ankles because you was in there cutting up. If you need help, get an assessment. If you or anybody you know is in need of a domestic violence intervention, please book an assessment. Okay? Please. Stop acting up. Stop being the couple or couples that people are talking about on the block. Stop having people keep calling authorities to your damn parking space. All right? Get y'all some help. Get it together. Tents outside all day, every day is not the move. If you or anybody you know is in need of an intimate relationship abuse, counseling, and consultations, please book an assessment. Learn the warning signs, the behaviors that should alarm you, characters and characteristics that should heighten your awareness level, man, events, conversations, people, things that should keep you on high alertness. Remember, with this information, the life that you save could be your own. Let's get to it. 4:27. I need to be up and out on time. But I gotta address it. I have to address it. So somebody tagged the city of Chicago. City of Chicago, bring y'all ass to class. Larry Hoover, hopefully he will bring his ass to class. Bring him to class. GDs, come to class. God damn it, we gonna get into it. Trump, T Trizzle, 4-7, bring your ass to class. And all kingpins. Yeah, mature kingpins, bring them to class. Akbar Bray, Guy Fisher, Prince Miller, Harry O. Bring them to class. We got to talk. Real quick. Yeah. Tell them to come to class. And black women. Yeah. This is an impromptu women up. Bring y'all asses to class. Has to be said. I'm serious. I usually leave it for independent, in-person, one-on-one sessions, but there has to be some language and some context to what y'all believing up here. And it's out of control. Out of control. Seriously, you're hurting yourselves. So bring y'all ass to class. 18 to 80, whatever the hell it is, bring black women to class. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. And I hope y'all in class. Yeah. Let's see who made it today, who made it in there. Who that first? Because I really can't see that. I can't. That's Dust Fro. God damn it. Dust Fro NC Blaze, my sniper with Tierra T. Green, the youngin' from Jersey, bringing up top 3 in class today. First and foremost, yeah, Shane, Alien, Kim, Canada, first responders, lifesavers, the great North Country. That's right, is in class. Lovely lady, what's going on? NFNT, what up? Just another Gaethje. We see you, what's going on? Bushhead. Eric Brown, 55. Eric Brown, 55. Yeah. Cool K Gang is in the building. What's going on? Bushhead. AJ Wise, peace. What? Hood Mayor, 55. Hood Mayor NYC, 55. 55 for him. Double 55. Yeah. Brown girl. Professor Drea. We up in here. Philippe. Pate Philippe. Yeah. Harris, what up? You in the spotty spot. Benjamin. Goddamn Benjamin Grimm is up in the spot. Mecca. Yes, Mecca. Big Colorado. What up? What up? We see you. Yeah. Much appreciation. Much appreciation, Hood Mayor. I see you. Uh-oh. It's the threats. Philly. What up, Chris? We see you. What's going on? Yeah. Uh-oh, Mr. Matt. 1, 2, 3. Mike Nice. What up? What up? Byron is up in it. Woo! Florida. Yeah. We see you, Byron. Uh-huh. Yeah, we see you. What up? Pam is in the Philly in the building. What up, Pam? Yes. Heart Tunes TV. Flatbush. What up, Flatbush? I hope y'all got lights. Because damn it, they ain't had no electricity on Troy Ave last night. Damn it, it was dark over in the spotty spot. Yes, we see you. What's going on? Oh, man, black and gray. 55. God damn it, 55. Ooh, wait a minute. Shota. 55. Oh, 55 today. 55 gang in the building. What's going on? Elusive Views. What up? True story. What's going on? The fish. Yeah, what up? We see you. We see you. Richard, what's going on? GP. Yeah, we got to get to it, man. I'm on point and on target the daytime wise. God damn it. Huh? Come on now. Hey, Ghoster, what up? We see you. What's going on? Laz, what up? We see you. Let's go. We got to start with the Hoover. Wasn't going to touch it. Was not going to touch it. Because what? Because I don't understand it. Let me keep it 1,000%. I do not understand it. Okay? Now we, in this class, know of all, just about all of the most heinous abuses of the justice system. Why? Because, I sat in the justice for a minute. Yeah, they had your boy in the justice. Yeah. So I've read many of them cases. Yeah. Yeah. I saw it. I saw it because why? Because I shepherdized cases. I was trying to look for my key. I stayed in the law library. So I went to the Fed statutes, back to the state statutes, to CPLs, to penal laws, to all type of stuff. So I've read most of these individuals' cases. And I just didn't get Larry Hoover's case. I didn't get it. Why? Because it was so old. Old. This man been locked up since my sister was born. 73? Damn it, Good Times wasn't even on TV in 73. It made no sense. for someone to have been given that sentence, his initial state sentence of that magnitude at that time for that crime. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. You understand? When you had people who they were calling at that time the most dangerous organizations to the stability of the entire country politically, right? We had the Panthers running around, we weathermen running around, we had different, AIM still was running around. We had a lot of things going on. So for Larry Hoover, somebody who people rarely would have known at that time nationwide on a national, to be given that much time, I didn't get it. So now everybody was in the hoopla yesterday because old T. Trizzle was up to his own tricks. Yes, and he commuted the sentence of quite a few people. Yesterday he also did Harry Michael Harris out of the West Coast, right? The so-called money man behind Death Row Records, right? What was them people named? The Grizzlies, whose daughter is a major Trump supporter. We do know Harry O spoke at several campaign rallies for 47. What up, Lord? What up, Cressler? We see y'all. So, but those didn't make as much noise with us. It didn't resonate with our community as much as Larry Hoover, who we know have had several individuals banging for his release for years now. I mean, this has been consistent. Most notably, Kanye, but even Kanye's campaign wasn't new. Okay, people, man, when you have past 20 and 30 years in the justice, people start noticing. I mean, there was Free Larry Hoover campaigns way back when they was having the campaign to save Tookie Williams' life. So it was nothing new for those individuals who are in the know. But if you don't know and you're new to class and you really don't understand what was going on, let's give a brief. And I'm going to try to keep it brief. Try to go through it as quickly as I can because, again, I got business to tend to, and things get real tight. Y'all know how them long months be at the end of the month. Trust, I know. And I know y'all. So, understand I got to make moves. Y'all understand, God damn it. You understand when the man is trying to breathe down your back pockets and shit. Nah, I got things to do. So we're gonna try to keep it as brief as we can. You understand. So let's go to it. Right? Hey Queen, what's going on? At the age of 19 years old, Larry Hoover joined forces with a David Barksdale, who was at the time a rival gang leader, to form the BGDN, the Black Gangster Disciple Nation, which became a powerful force in the city's south side, the city of Chicago, when Barksdale was unalived in 1970. Okay, 1970 from complications from a gunshot wound he had acquired. Larry took control of the entire gang, which soon expanded across state lines into other cities. Okay, peace. No. 3 years later, however, Larry Hoover was sentenced to 150 to 200 years in prison for unaliving a 19-year-old drug dealer. He received another life sentence in 1997 on federal charges related to coordinating gang activities from prison, including extortion and federal drug conspiracies. Now, see, this is what was troubling for me initially, and in reading his case law and that 150 to 200 years in 1973, that was unheard of. That is unheard of. And no matter how much research I did over the years, never. I didn't find anybody who was sentenced like that. You understand? I didn't find anybody who was sentenced like that. And I'm telling you, damn it, as much as they tried to put on Asada Shakur, she didn't have that. You understand what I'm saying? People who they said was highly influential, Geronimo Pratt didn't receive nothing like 150 to 200 years for one. This wasn't 10 homos. This wasn't 50. This was one. So we have to look at different aspects of who they believed he is, who they believed he was, and what the leadership element that was involved with him was around that time. Okay? You have to understand that. And we don't. Because if you weren't in it, if you weren't living in Chicago at that time, if you weren't of that, and again, when you do the history on who he was, he moved to Chicago just like many other Southerners. He was actually born in Mississippi. So we really would have to look deep into the DNA of his family structure. You understand? That's what we would have to do. And make an attempt to get some information based on research on the spiritual, okay, components of who he is and who he, might have been at that time to the people. That's something that, again, that's extensive research and knowing because, man, again, you had people that were going directly. Listen, do y'all know who Lolita LeBron is? I spoke on Lolita LeBron many times in class. Okay? Many times in class. You would have to go back to the history of who Lolita LeBron was and her comrades and what they actually did. They didn't get that time for what they did. And they did something similar to January 6th. Only thing, they was banging those biscuits. Yeah. And they didn't get nothing like no 150 to 200 years. So who is Larry Hoover? That's the study. Right? We understand why Mumia Abu-Jamal isn't free. We understand why the Imam, H. Raj Brown, we understand why he isn't free. But Larry Hoover, for what they are saying, okay, Lee, much appreciation, Lee. From what they are saying, he's just a gang leader. Okay? I've never seen a gang leader sentenced like that. Never. Okay? When you push it back, let's push it back. Let's push it back. Larry made a name for himself as a natural leader. He took control of that gang when he was 15. As the years went on, however, Hoover allied with a number of rival gangs to form a super gang of about 1,000 members. And he changed the name of this organization a few times. So 1,000 members in the 60s in Chicago. Right? Let's look at the dynamics of Chicago, Detroit, and what it meant to the country. We talking about we still have a thriving auto industry, right? Other industries around those states, and you're talking about black laborers whose children, whose youth are now attracted to gang life because of the dynamics of racism. Let's keep it right there, okay? By the 1960s, the late 60s, the black gangster disciple nation, better known as gangster disciples, was firmly set in stone, okay? Before long, they say the gangster disciples control the drug trade on Chicago's South Side. Now, if that is actual truth, that means they were moving the Italian mobs up out of the way. It had to be. If they controlling that, you saying that that's their control, Rhonda Grant, much appreciation. And hey, we know that there was a definite threat to security of O-phase in these areas, right? Okay. And the profits soared to over $1,000 per day back then. $1,000 per day back then, when you could go to the store with $1 and come out with a bag of candy and goodies, sunflower seeds, 2 bags of chips, quarter water, lemon heads, all that for $1. They getting $1,000 a day. That's what they said. But Hoover's criminal activities and notoriety would soon catch up with him. Okay? 73, you want to say it again, he was sentenced to 200 years for ordering the unalivement of a drug dealer named William Young. Okay, on the top, they thought they was over with him. They thought Larry was out of here, done. All right? They thought he was out of here. Now, now, since they thought he was done, I guess they believed the vacuum would create itself. However, didn't happen. Didn't happen. As he was sitting in jail, they were growing and growing and growing. When he went up for parole and applied for parole in the 1990s, mind you, he's been in there since 73. Before hip-hop, the emergence of hip-hop, the influence of hip-hop. Yeah. Okay? Now we coming into the 90s. We talk crack era now. Hoover was secretly running a massive drug empire that counted up to 30,000 members. Damn it, Congress barely has 30,000 members at that time. You mean to tell me one black man incarcerated was able to build and navigate 30,000 men? Yeah, me and the comrade Rod Hayes built a lot of different issues. Thank you, Hard Tunes. Yeah, your Rod Hayes is definitely the comrade. You know, yeah, I've built with everybody. Okay, I do want y'all to know that. Anybody who has some consciousness and high intelligence, I don't had bills with. I'm just not going to deny me. If they never had a build with me, then you would, look at them sus. So me and the comrade, you go to my Facebook, you will see that. Yes, Rod Hayes and Bliz. Not once, not twice, but numerous times. All right, yeah. Okay. So now, let's get to it. Let's continue. The gangster disciples had clearly expanded far beyond Chicago, counting soldiers in multiple states, especially in the Midwest and Southeast. At one point, the gang was selling over $100 million in drugs per day. Now, this is what they said. Okay? This is what they said. However, he wasn't claiming that. Remember, gangster disciples had cleaned their image and changed the name and the functionality of the organization from gangster disciples to growth from what? Growth and development. Right? Running people for office, nonprofit. Let's continue. Growth and development, nonprofits that had attracted so much attention from supporters on the outside. Right? Everybody was looking at the GDs, growth and development, food programs. Right? Mm-hmm. Construction. Mm-hmm. Educational. Running people for office. I mean, the GDs at one time almost had the mayoral seat in Chicago. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. And he still wasn't out. Okay? Huh? So what happens? The old face starts saying they not writing exact, they laundering money, they doing this, they doing that, they doing this, they doing that. Start investigating them for 5 years. See, because when you look at it and you don't know the case and what's going on, you thinking, why is he in there? How did he get to college? These are federal spaces. He went up with a state case. They shifted it. Boom. After Hoover was indicted on drug conspiracy charges, he was relocated to a facility in Chicago for his trial. In 1997, he was found guilty of the charges and given 6 life sentences. In addition to the 200-year sentence that he was already serving for the initial homo, he ordered back in the 70s. So he had 200 for the state, and we're going to get back to that. He had 200 for the state. Okay? Now you give him 6 life sentences, and he's already locked up. Following the guilty verdict, Hoover was transferred to ADX Florence, a federal supermax prison in Colorado that houses some of the world's most notorious criminals, including El Chapo and the Unabomber. Okay? Shot him out there. Now, campaign after campaign after campaign, appeal after appeal after appeal. When you do the research, and again, because of the type of time that we in, they do a lot of scrubbing on the internet. It's difficult. You really have to, and I'm telling you, I'm coming on at certain times and hours and trying to move in because I'm researching. I'm making an attempt to be thorough. I don't invite people in this space because again, I know how deceptive people can be with their acquaintances and relationships, and everybody doesn't necessarily want you to go and move in certain spaces. So it's difficult to invite people in. People are not always genuine. It's like some people who come to watch and sit in class aren't genuine. They really don't want you to build the nation. They want to watch, hope you fall. They're trying to look for contradiction. They're non-supportive. You understand what I'm saying? They don't come for the right reason. So a lot of my time is in between sessions, researching, making sure that I'm giving quality info out. So the information on the internet is starting to be scrubbed. And you really have to, play with the search engine words and keywords, and it's hard to find the appeal. He has so many appeals on a federal level that is difficult. And then when you do find it, it's hard to speak on in layman's terms here, so when you have opportunity, should you want to research the details of the case and the case law, you can do it. Okay? Now, however, yesterday Trump commuted the federal sentences. Right? President Trump on Wednesday commuted a federal sentence, okay, for Larry Hoover, who is credited for founding the Gangster Disciples, a Chicago gang known for heinous unalivements, violent robberies, and international narcotic sales. Despite, though, and this is what we're talking about, despite Trump's decision, Hoover will remain in prison unless his legal team succeeds in his push for clemency from Illinois Governor J.B. whatever this dude named Pritzker over the 1973 state murder conviction. So, for whatever reason, T. Trizzle commuted the federal sentence. Now, the state, he ain't even put a dent in that 150 years. 150 to 200 years, he ain't put a dent in it. Though we know, shit, dude, I raised my baby sister. She was raised, she was born in 1973 when he got sentenced. I done watched my sister go, my sister's a grown-ass woman now. He been in jail her entire life. And still got another 100 to go? Come on. At what point is a man rehabilitated? Now, the argument is that he continued his activities until the 90s when he got the federal space. So, I don't know and understand the actual factual reasons for that. I don't know what he has the ability to do at this time, because we heard the youngin' get real disrespectful on Vlad TV. The G Herbo boy said Larry Hoover can't do shit if he come home. Ain't nobody listening to him. Yes, he did. He said it many a time. Ain't nobody listening to him. I would have loved to see him come home. Yeah, I would have loved to see him come home and see if because this internet brings a lot of dudes to the front that talk real spicy. You understand? Yeah. And so many others have come home, right? Where individuals talked about them, talk reckless about. Now they in the town. You don't see the dudes. Because, again, scales of justice, man, it's fickle and it's funny. Yeah, because, shit, people would have thought I was born until right about now. Yeah. Yeah, but I gave a lot of that time back. Yeah. I popped on the scene. People thought they seen a ghost. Yeah. Yeah. But see, they ain't had an internet back then, so I really don't know who was talking spicy. You understand? And I'm a changed man. Mm-hmm. I done changed my ways. That's right. Amen. Amen, mahogany. Y'all done changed my ways. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. No more heavy metal to the temple. You understand? So we again have to, wrap our minds around what justice is, what our activities are, how we manifest ourselves as individuals. You understand? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mental maturity. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, Ms. Lovelace. You understand what I'm saying? It's a trip. But in saying that, what if he gets clemency from the state? Because all the speaking about him, all of the man, I mean, this man made international news with what Trump did yesterday. International news. He talking about, you can look at BBC, Al Jazeera, you can see, you clearly hear them discussing that, which is again not fascinating to me, but a bit perplexing. Hold on now, wait a minute. You understand? Because this time here, like over the past 3 years, black men in victim state, you understand? In his worst, man, nobody's been talked about more. Whether we being unalived in the street, whether we be getting backdoored in the hip hop industry, whether it's just hate of black men. Man, our dire straits fuel social media and the internet. Yet we don't benefit from, like, again, I don't benefit from this. And more efforts be very minimal. So it's a wondering how we continue to push through and thrive. Like I keep telling the black man, it's God, man. I'm telling you, when you deal with science and math and the universe and all of the equations, man, there's no other explanation for it. How do you maintain composure, a clear mind, and still be in service to something that never gives you a clean reflection when you're looking back? Okay, that's a heavy task to hold on our arms and shoulders. You understand? But we do it. We do it. You understand? So should he come home, or should he come home in the near future, what does he owe? Because that's where we going with the other picture in the thumbnail, because so many of these men who have had decades of their existence taken away, what do they owe? And what do we owe them? Or why? Why the push, the applause, right? Men of his level, right? They may not have been, as large, as effective, or have the notoriety, but they damn sure have the name. We seen Akbar Pray, right? Out of Newark, release. All right. We seen Gerald Prince Miller, release. You understand? Harry O, release. You understand what I'm saying? Huh? Hmm? Come on now. Who else in that thumbnail, y'all? Akbar Pray, right? Gerald Prince Miller, right? Harry O, right? Oh, and Guy Fisher. What do they owe? Do they owe us? Do they owe us as a community? Because remember, they cannot pay a debt to society because society never embraced them. They never embraced black men at all. We were on the bottom. We were literally the footstools of society. So paying a debt to society, but what do they owe? And what is expected of them? Why the fanfare? What is expected? What do we expect them to do? What do we expect them to do? No. Angel 7, I did not mention that because he is a rat. He is not on the. I'm talking about people who were solid, who took the injustice that was given to them, didn't mention a name, and held it down. That's why he ain't in there. He could have stayed his ass in there for all we really care. And I know of the family and him very well. 409 M Street. So we not going to go there. But I'm talking about men who played that game, paid a price for it. What do we expect them to do now that they elders in the town? What have we done for them? What could we have done for them? As we continuously speak of their names, continually keep them in the energy amongst the people. What do we expect from them? What should they have expected from us? And how do we move forward? Why the continued conversation around them? That's what I'm talking about here. You understand? You did. Where we going at with it? Where we going at with it? Okay? That's just something for y'all to ponder on. But he's not home. He's not in the town. Okay? Trump commuted the federal sentence. He still has a state sentence that has to be dealt with. Okay? But if y'all done tag T47, if y'all tag T Trizzle in class, tell them. Since you're being so generous, go get Mamiya out of Pennsylvania. Go get H-Rap up out of Atlanta. Come on, T47. Let's get on your job. And while you at it, commute Asada Shakur's sentence, okay? Yeah. Leave her alone. Get her off of the wanted list. Okay, leave her be. If you really want to do something for real, not saying that these aren't gifts to these prospective individuals and their families, but damn it, woke community need some gifts too before we get mad and start taking it. Okay? Now, 508, I got moves to make. Okay? Yeah, I got moves to make. I'm telling you. What's yeah, I know, today's math, and the math ain't mathing, it ain't adding up. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I gotta pull a rabbit out my hat and stuff. Y'all know how I do come the 29th. Don't tell my landlord, though. Yeah. Don't tell. I'd hate to have to knock him out. Yeah, man, I'd hate to. Anybody ever knock their landlord out? I would love to know how. DM me and let me know how that worked for you. Because sometimes I just want to knock they, boy, ooh, could they be in your pocket? Yeah, they be in your pocket and they ain't trying to put nothing in it like Big Red. They trying to take something out and goddamn. I just want to know. Now, I'm not talking about y'all people in housing because y'all could punch up the supervisor or the damn manager at the. They don't do nothing. I'm talking about when you're in the residence. You ever knock your landlord? They can't evict you for knocking them out. Nah, you can't go to court and say, well, he knocked me out. No. You got leases and deeds and shit. You can't get evicted for knocking your landlord out. Nah. Y'all just might not have the best of relationships after that. You know what I'm saying? You know, punch this man in his goddamn eye. Yeah. So y'all let me know if you ever did it. Alright, don't come up in here laughing, Mr. Jackson. Damn, I'm serious. I'm asking a question. Huh? Rashad, you's a landlord. Yeah, well, you might get knocked out one day. Damn it, don't press your luck. Coming up in there to get the rent and all that. You catch them on a bad day, they might tap your damn jaw. Have you linked on the steps. So don't act up, goddammit. It's 2025. Alright? Huh? Uncle Murder, cut that East New York shit out. Now we gotta get to the get to. Now we gotta get to the get to. Yeah, man. Black women. Again, if the shoe don't fit, don't put your fat ass foot in it. All right? If you look at the thumbnail, I don't know this woman, don't care to. Came across my timeline, so I just had to look. Looked up and down her page, saw certain texts and certain posts and certain memes and vids and I said, this shit gotta be said, man. It gotta be said. I know y'all went through the worst of the years with the Kevin Samuels. I know you went through it with the other dude and his wife and whatever the hell y'all was going. I know y'all go through it with goddamn Dr. Umar and all his old funny style, bunny hopping, getting his grippers tasted by Suki, Sister Suki. You know, I know y'all went through it. So I'm trying to give you some real honest context. Now I'm looking at this woman and she believes that she's flexing like many of you. And I'm not saying in this class. I'm just saying when the video gets out and people share my stuff. She is saying 53, 11 years celibate. Now I see a lot of that running around. I do. And I make every attempt either to block the women or ignore them. Straight up. Straight up. I already gave my beliefs on celibacy after a certain amount of time. And I already told y'all to start looking at what they're calling the life expectancy of melanated people and to know that your ass is middle-aged in your 30s. Okay? If life expectancy is 75, shit like that, 74, middle age is 30s. It's not 40s and 50s. It's not 50s and all that. Middle age for 50s if life expectancy was 100. So if your ass is in your 30s, you're middle aged. Okay? That's middle age. Depending upon how you eat, how you take care of yourself, what you do, what you don't do. So when I keep seeing women of a certain age, especially a certain maturity, when you up there with me, Celibacy is not a flex. It's not a flex. You don't get no damn Girl Scout badge for the shit. You don't. You don't. There's nobody in your age bracket that thinks that, oh wow, that's great. They don't. Keep that shit to yourself. There's nobody in the younger bracket that's going to give you a cookie or even think to be in your space. It's not. You understand? When I'm in spaces like parks and I'm doing my little thing and staying in shape, when I'm at various different gyms, right? See Corey Grant and all my people. I'm talking about gyms, right? Gyms, okay? And I'm wearing my hat, scarf, hoodie, and talking to the brothers and give them, some of them my age. And they look, well, what? Really? And I said, yeah. Really? Yeah. They wouldn't have thought that. And so now that they do hear that, they definitely don't think of me in that way. You understand? And I'm a man. Women is much worse. Nobody wants to hear about what you don't do. Now, maybe because there's been an over-sexualization in society and on social media that you in your mind are believing that you saying that you don't participate in what's going on is some type of badge? No. First of all, you look every day at 53. You do look that. So the fact that you're celibate means nothing. Didn't help. And since men of my age have been around and usually been around women of our age, we know that at 53, there's certain things about you that's slowing up. I don't care what you look like on the outside. There's a certain mentality, there's a certain temperament, there's a certain way that you move, just like with us. And when you don't use it, you lose it, just like muscle. It's like any other muscle. So you 11 years celibate? Get your ass offline. For real. Social media is damaging your beliefs. It's damaging your perception of who you are and who we are as men. Understand that social media lends to the very toxic, narcissistic tag that y'all give men. It gives women. It gives women the selfies, the cameras posted to film yourself while you're in the gym, the filming of yourself cooking and making up, and that's narcissistic. That's conceit. Regardless if you was conceited growing up or not, because you might not have been in style as a kid, you might not have had that badge of being conceited, but social media opens that. It opens up an avenue for people who would usually be more reserved with information about themselves and how they push that out. But it ain't a flex. Definitely for men of a certain age, that's the last thing they want to hear about you on a public space. Now, whatever you talk about individually with each other, and well, okay, you may share that information, but I suggest that you don't. I suggest that you don't. Just like they don't want, well, some may not want to know your history and your partners and all that, they definitely don't want to know that you done shut things down for a significant amount of time, because they're looking at it and making a judgment call on where your head is. And if you believe that that little space is as powerful as you believe it to be, because in 2025, it don't mean shit. That's the confused mentality of the young girls, that haven't lived, that haven't been around, to think that that little patch between their ass means something. When you are of a certain age, that shit don't mean nothing. You can have it, you can get it, you can give it away, you can do it. It has no bearing on where he's going within a very short time that he has left. Understand that. I told y'all that before. When you 50, you got about 17 more summers. So at what point does a man say, yo, listen, I just want to be peaceful. I want calm. I want quiet. I want to be able to enjoy what's there. You telling him he got to fight? You telling him he got to argue? You're trying to make that a space of negotiation? You're going to lose. You're going to lose every time, especially from the quality men. Okay? Not that high quality dumb bullshit they was talking about because of their income. I'm talking about quality men that's going to be extra supportive in your olden age, when you getting up there, when you do start going through the girly issues of menopause and all type of other weirdness that's going on with your over 40-something ass. Is this an individual that's going to make sure that he rubs your feet because you can't walk past 2 or 3 hours? You understand? Is he going to make sure that when you're not feeling your best, that there's a comfortable space? Even if he has to make sure that your linen is changed every other day because you just need to sleep on crispy sheets. Is he going to be there to listen consistently? Is this, you think that that's a flex? Nobody want to hear that shit. I'm being honest. I don't know of a man that want to hear that. That's like him having to go through adolescence again. That was the worst part of adolescence for any men to deal with that. I don't know about now. Now these kids is fast, their ass is fast. They don't have no nurturing. Nobody's trying to tell them how to take care of themselves, cleanse, they be paused. Yo, don't run around, don't do this. When we came up, it was hard. I told you, you couldn't even get a phone number. You may have to see a person on 3 different occasions. Okay, Jones Beach, god damn it. Oh shit, that shorty I seen at Jones Beach. We had Great Adventure. Oh shit, shorty still ain't give me the number. Oh, I seen her on the Deuce on Easter. Oh, now shorty gave me the number. You calling for 3 months. You go out on the 4th month. You got to, man, it might be a year and a half before you get a kiss. You understand? Ain't no man in his 50s and plus going to go through that dumb. You crazy? These men, hard-working, blue-collar men dealing with unions and bosses and OFAs and wondering if he going to get pulled over coming home from work. And you talking about, I'm just celibate at 53, I'm doing me. Get the fuck it. Do you by yourself? And many may say, oh, it's fine. So what? So what? Exactly. It's going to be so what? But I'm going to tell you something just like I tell them young dudes in the street. about getting out of the street. Stop hustling. Stop throwing them guns. Stop doing that dumb shit. It's not going to hit until it hit. And most of them young dudes don't figure out until they're on their 8th year of doing a 25, 30-year bid that it just hit. Damn, that's what he was talking about. See, it don't hit until it hit. Your ass celibate, your ass is getting in tune and getting your chakras and doing all that, and I don't need no man and this, that. It's not gonna hit until it hit. Until your ass is 60. And all you got is a goddamn cat in the corner and some yarn somewhere. And ain't no men your age around. And ain't no youngin' running up behind you. Then it's gonna hit. Oh shit, it's real now. When you get into space and you vivicate out, you can't even get this shit away. Then it's gonna hit. It don't hit until it hit. Stop believing social media and thinking that it's a flex for you being extra negative and regressive. And again, I'm not settling, and I'm just telling you, it's not going to hit until it hit. So you're not flexing with that bullshit. With the titles you put up under your tag names and all of that, it's going to hit. That's all I'm saying. Okay? So there needs to be a different conversation. There has to be a different way for people to relate to each other. Because I'm telling you, y'all push men into a corner. And I'm not talking about just them little dirty dick, dusty ass dudes who really don't have no know-how of nothing. And I'm not talking about them overzealous, hard shoe wearing, down low ass dudes in the churches and mosques in corporate America. I'm talking about real solid good dudes. They don't care about y'all no more. And it's not the fact that they don't like you. It's not the fact that they don't want to be with you. It's not the fact that they don't lust and urge for you. It's the fact that you done incorporated some dumb shit in your mind and believing that people going to tolerate that. Not happening. Sister, your ass will be somewhere drying up real quick by your damn self. And then it's going to hit. And then it's going to hit. All right? Again, be nice. Be nice. Don't fall for the bullshit. And again, like I said, I do domestic violence. I do batteries accountability. I do anger management and life skills. And true relationship. I'm not like the rest of these individuals, B. I got exes hanging around 35, 40 years. Good friends. Exes. I know women. Definitely. Friends with them and they new husbands and shit like that. I'm a trusted person to give quality advice. If you need it, book your ass an assessment too. Don't play yourself and think you gonna sit on social media and bang the bullshit around that I hear in the gyms and all type of shit wherever I'm at. I'm like, she's just, yeah, okay. It's gonna hit when it hit. You think you know. And there's always, let me, because I'm gonna give a class on gym etiquette too. But I just want y'all women in here to know, you think you bad. There's always somebody better. There's always going to be somebody that dudes is going. So that shit ain't slick neither. I don't care how many times you go to Botanical Garden. There's always going to be a different flower. Always. Oh, look at that one. Oh, look at that one. You could go to the garden every day and see something different. So, honey, you ain't that cute. You ain't that fly. Your ass ain't that fat. Just telling you. Now, you could take it or leave it. But I know people. I know men. In this day and time, sugar, y'all don't know what y'all think y'all know. So again, as always, to those who funded and supported the war effort, much appreciation to you. Okay, much appreciation to you. All right? We know how this shit go. To my classroom assistants, much appreciation for holding it down. As always, to my truckers, get to your destination safe. Okay? If you stopping at the rest stop, don't mess with the rest stop dots. Don't do it. Get back, get your load, do what you gotta do, get off them highways. And if you got cat shit in your eye and you're tired, don't drive. Pull over to the side. Okay? If y'all got any type of entrepreneurial things that you trying to build them here. Put them in the comments. Do whatever you're going to do. Build our nation. Build our nation. We have to do it. Nobody else is going to do it. We have to have a different form of economics and politics outside of that dumb shit. We got to figure it out. So build with each other. Grow with each other. Okay? Yeah. Peace to the almighty nation of gods and earths. You understand what we do here? Vincent, much appreciation for the super chat. I keep telling y'all, when y'all feed that super chat, y'all feed YouTube. Okay? I'm telling you. So understand where that go. Much appreciation. You dig what I'm saying? Do what y'all do, but that's where that go. Okay? Yeah, YouTube takes 60%. All right? Again, I'm going to try to get a class in the night. I really am. I'm going to make an attempt, but I got to move. I got to run around, do what I do. You dig? If you up under here and I'm already with get your sessions, book your sessions. I'm telling you, don't end up on the news. Don't end up on the news. Okay? It's too late. Don't end up on the news. You dig? And 55 gang. Get y'all grades up.